Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I've got a bit of news for you, but please take what I'm about to say with a pinch of salt because I've got some really exciting news for you. The Canon EOS R1 is rumoured to have 85 megapixels, a global shutter, 40 frames per second burst, 9-stop in-body stabilisation. Really exciting, this news, guys. Ready to have your belief beggared, the Canon EOS R1 will have an 85 megapixel global shutter sensor capable of 20 frames per second continuous shooting at 85 megapixels and a whopping 40 frames per second at 21 megapixels. This is if you believe the latest reports. Now this is coming from obviously a source on Canon rumours, but believe it or not, when people talked about the R5, everyone disbelieved what we were saying. Canon won't do that. Canon won't bring out 4K video. Don't be silly. Guess what they did? They did, and revolutionised the mirrorless world literally overnight with their R5 camera. So obviously you can take what I was going to say with a pinch of salt, but there's a good chance this could possibly happen. So we've already heard, for example, that the Canon EOS R1 will have a global shutter and quad pixel AF, and 85 megapixels haven't come out of the thin air. The long rumoured high resolution Canon EOS RS has also been said to have a sensor up to 90 megapixels. So that's going to be really exciting as well. Even those crazy 85 megapixels, 20 frames per second, 21 megapixel, 40 frames per second burst speed aren't impossible, as Canon News explains. So they're going into the technical aspect of what is physically possible, and let's for starters assume that it's running dual digit X processors. Believe it or not, 85 megapixels at 20 frames per second is indeed possible. That would be around 1.7 gigapixels per second, which is under the theoretical maximum of 1.8 gigapixels per second with 2-digit X processors. So in theory, this is possible. Canon drops the bit rate down to 12 bits. The 40 frames per second would be, in theory, possible. Limited unless it's AE fixed, because apertures would start flying apart if autofocus and AE happen to in between each exposure. So in brief, right, let me just summarise what I've said in this video. So the Canon EOS R specs are likely to be 85 megapixel global shutter Cosmos imaging sensor, approximately 85 megapixels at 20 frames per second. If we drop that down to 21 megapixels, we get 40 frames per second unlimited continuous shooting. Full sensor large quad pixel autofocus technology for video, fantastic. And we're getting 15.5 stops of EV plus wide dynamic range. Great for landscapes. ISO ratings of 160 to 1.6 million, which is fantastic. 5-axis IBIS up to 9 stops, so that's in-body stabilisation. A 3.5 inch touchscreen, RGB OLED, and obviously we're going to get a viewfinder rated at 120 Hz at 9.44 megabits. So that would be an electronic viewfinder, obviously. They're basically recommending a selling price for this lens is likely to be $8,500. Now it's probably going to be around £6,500 to £7,000, I would have thought so, in the UK. So that's really exciting news. I hope this news breakdown I've given you from the rumours that's come out of Canon rumours is helpful. Obviously the only time we'll reveal whether this information is accurate, but if we base this information based on what happened with the R5, there's a good chance this could be a real thing coming out of Canon. So thanks for watching. Obviously this news about the Canon EOS R1 camera is going to be fantastic for those of you that are professionals. It's obviously an entry into the mirrorless platform on Canon's part. Obviously this camera is likely to be a successor to the 1DX Mark III. Obviously it may seem to a lot of you that they're bringing this camera out too soon, because it hasn't been, that camera is not that old. The 1DX Mark III was released not long ago. So obviously it's exciting news to know about the EOS R1 coming out soon, and these are the specs. Hope this video informed you. Hope this video helps you out in terms of listening to some news that's come out, and I hope to see you in the future. Please like the video if it helps you out, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content that I do, and I hope to see you the next time. Thank you. Bye bye.